Honestly, at this point, I still have no idea what I'm looking at. I kind of have an idea of what I'm looking at. What is this?
It's a 1988 Toyota Soarer.
So I've seen quite a few Soarer builds.
Yep.
This is not so common in the US. Obviously, the SC
Yep.
is what we actually had in the US, and that's a little more common.
Yep.
And then on top of that, it being built in this style is very, very interesting. So what's the story behind this? Like, how did you get this?
Well, the very first car show I ever went to, and I was like 16, I saw one. And I was like, one day I'm gonna own a Soarer. And then about 5 years ago, I bought one. And I've just gone through a couple different phases with looks and styles with like small 14-inch SSRs and big 18s. And then I've been going to a lot of lowrider shows, and my real good friend was like, hey, you gotta put Daytons on your car and make it a lowrider. And he bugged me about it enough that I was like, all right, let's do it.
So did you import this, or was this already in the US?
It was already in the US. I used to work at an importer, and I walked in the door on my first day and I was like, I'm gonna buy that car. Yeah.
What kind of condition was it in?
It was all stock, but it was in, I mean, good condition. It only has like 70,000 miles on it. The paint's all original. I've never had any problems with it, but it was just completely stock.
This style is just so crazy. I've just never seen anything like this. I love it. Appearance-wise, what have you changed to the body?
So we made the flares. They're made out of brass because I try to look like they're gold-plated. I got the 72 spoke gold Daytons, the real Daytons. And then we got these made so that instead of being knockoffs, they're actually floaters.
That is so neat. Wait, so when you're driving, it actually stays still?
Yeah, it just stays still, yep. A lot of the time we take them off when we're doing these far drives because I'm worried about them falling off on the freeway, and I don't want to buy a new set. They're kind of expensive.
But like, how does it actually work? There's a weight on the bottom.
Yeah, there's a weight on the bottom, and these are CNC'd and with bearing in them. And I just found a guy on Instagram that made them, and I was like, pre-ordered them from him, his very first set.
That is so cool.
Actually,
so then traditionally, it would be like a knockoff,
yeah,
but it would just stay?
Yeah, it'd be a knockoff. And you have to hit it on with a lead hammer. And
so then, how do you actually take the wheel on and off?
I mean, this is just a big nut. I have a big wrench that goes on it. And then there's an adapter that bolts to the hub and basically makes it like a center lock.
Oh, so that way you could fit something like this to pretty much any car.
Yep, and they're all in multi-lug pattern and everything. They're come with the wheels when you buy them from Dayton.
Got it.
And everything's nicely made. Like one set goes on one side, the other set goes on one side, so one side's reverse thread. So as you're driving, it doesn't loosen itself.
Right. Is it the same all four,
Yep.
all the way around?
Yep.
Is this a custom offset and size?
Dayton's really only come with one size. So there's like 13s, 14s, and they're all by 7 with a 5-inch lip. Or you can get like a 1-inch lip, something pretty small, but they only come in 7 wide.
So did you have to like ask for like a custom offset in terms of the adapter?
I bought these secondhand. I was just looking on Facebook for them because brand new they're way too expensive. And so
How much are they brand new?
I got these for like $3,000, and they're not like in what like the lower guys, they wouldn't call it like show condition because there are some nicks and stuff on them, but even more if you buy them new, a couple grand. They're expensive, and then with the gold and everything. I mean, just when I looked at just trying to get new knockups offs because these are a little chipped up, they were like $2,000 just for the knockoffs. And I was like, never mind, I'll just keep them.
So is this a pretty common thing though for a lot of lowriders to do this?
The guy who makes this like just started making them. I just found him on Instagram like probably 2 months ago.
I just can't believe this is running on 175 squared.
Yep.
175.
And that
is like the tiniest little patch of rubber.
But it's only a 7-inch wide wheel, and you can tell that they're small when I'm driving them. It does want to the road wants to move it around a little bit, but it looks cool. And that's kind of, who cares?
So then a bunch of other appearance things. You have this crazy side skirt.
Yep. It's a high-row side skirt. I've been trying to find the front bumper and the rear bumper, but I found this on Yahoo Auction Japan and just got shipped over. When this car's aired out, this bumper and the side were like super off. So this kind of made it so it was all kind of the same ride height all the way around.
Yeah, no, it looks great. And then you did some like gold leafing here?
Yep. We had a guy in Puyallup stripes and things by calling. He came to our shop and I told him to do whatever he wanted to it, and did it all in our shop. It was pretty cool to watch him.
It matches the brass really nice.
Yeah, it does.
And then so the front end, what about the lip?
I found this lip on Yahoo Auction. Usually we like to make everything ourselves, but I saw this and it was gold plated already, and I was like, I have to buy that. And then we made this front grille out of twisted bar stock.
That is so neat. And you fitted the original emblem here.
Yep. Because that's a cool emblem. We want to make sure that was still on there. It's pretty cool looking.
And then this is a theme that pretty much goes throughout the rest of the build as well.
Yep, with everything else.
And you made this too out of the same brass material?
Yeah, actually my dad made that. I went to go pick the car up the other day because I leave it at a shop, and he was like, hey, look what I made for your car. I made this. I got bored in the garage last night, decided to make it for you.
So. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, your dad's car's right there. We're going to talk about that afterwards. Love the mirrors. Super cool. Very JDM.
Off the moped.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
The highlight really for me is the back.
Yeah.
This is insane. I've never seen anything like this. What is this?
So the Soarer has like these huge taillights. I think they're kind of ugly. So we made this panel. It's all out of metal. We painted it ourselves, welded it all ourselves. And it's kind of was like originally the car was going to be like a Kaido racer, like shaved everything low on like Mark 1s or something. But then we started going with this lowrider look, and I still think it fits pretty good with the rest of the car.
Is that the name of the car, Lucky 7?
Yeah, and my Instagram and everything. So that's kind of what I just named this car. And we decided to do the cherry tail light, just one single one.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought that was look crazy going down the road.
So then how do you actually signal? Like, is there a signal?
There is, because we didn't want to get pulled over. These are supposed to be the reverse lights, and we just put brake lights in there. So technically it's legal. I've never gotten in trouble with the police or anything.
So then when you actually use your left turn signal, that comes on?
Yeah, that comes on.
That is actually really neat.
And it lights up when I brake.
So this is supposed to be
Reverse light.
just reverse.
Yep.
So you put red?
Yep.
How cool that you're repurposing it. But the thing is, the Soarer of this generation, the highlight was the taillight.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool that you made this. So you made this in your shop.
Yep.
All one piece metal.
Yeah,
bent?
it's there's a piece here, and then we made the sides and welded it all together. And it has like nice top piece on it, so when you open the trunk, it still fits nice and everything.
Yeah, I see you have like a little,
Yep.
like a step down here to keep the body lines. Tell me about the exhaust.
It's a HKS exhaust, and then we cut the muffler off, and I made this little star tip for it.
It's interesting because you had to put your license plate down here.
Yep.
Because traditionally it's just mounted in the middle.
Yep.
But it kind of ruins the look.
It does,
that
yep.
you're going for. Wonderful. Just wonderful.
So it's a Toyota 1G GT.
1G.
Yep.
So then, is the engine mostly stock?
It is mostly stock. The only thing I've done is like upgraded the turbo wheels because when I first got it, they were blown. But yeah, besides that, it's just stock, and we've been trying to clean it up a lot. When I first got the car, this engine bay was like black. It was so dirty.
It really is so clean. I love the little touches. Like, is this an actual real
Yeah, it is.
can?
Yep.
How did you get it to work?
We just cut the ends off and put clamps on it. And we've had it on there for a couple of years. Hasn't given me any problems or anything.
I love that. And did you guys make that too?
Yeah, we made these just to try to cover everything that's kind of ugly back there. My goal this year is to actually tuck all that stuff and delete everything and try to just have the engine, not all this other stuff in here.
This is really cool. This looks aftermarket almost.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking engine.
Yeah, it is so weird the way it's designed. It honestly fits kind of the rest of the theme of your car.
Yeah.
And you made this too?
Yep.
Cover?
Just try to cover all the stuff and the one in the back.
Just to kind of clean everything up?
Yep. A lot of people put like JZs and stuff into these, but I think that I get so many questions about the engine and stuff that it's kind of cool to have something that nobody even knows what it really is.
Yeah, come to think of it, I've never seen a stock one of these with the stock motor.
Yep.
I've always seen with 1Js or 2Js.
Because there's no really aftermarket for them. So, and it's hard for me to find replacement parts.
So then, what is it? It's a 2.5 liter?
It's a 2 liter.
2 liter.
Twin turbo.
Oh, so this is like before the 1J.
Yep.
So 2 liter.
Yep.
Twin turbo.
Yep. It makes like, I think factory they said like 210 horsepower. So
That's not bad.
That's not bad. It's probably a little less now.
Yo, there's so much going on here. This is so cool.
So most of the interior, like we try to keep a lot of it kind of stock because it is like super clean for what it is. We made the steering wheel out of just twisted square stock. I welded it all together and trying to make it super small. I don't have power steering, so it kind of sucks, but it does look cool. So
it didn't come with power steering?
It did come with power steering, but the pump broke, and I can't find a replacement one, so we decided just to get rid of it. That's the problem with having like the 1G. Can't find parts for it, so I was just like, just clean up the engine bay, get rid of it.
But the 175s, it probably helps.
Yep.
For it to be such small.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Wheels and tires, but it being heavier, I'm sure it probably doesn't help either.
Yeah, but we drove it to an hour and a half here today. Wasn't too bad. And then we made this shift. Same thing. We just used the twisted square stock and a little coffee can on there.
Did you hollow it out and then put something in?
Yeah, we drilled it out, dumped everything out, and filled it with like a rubber concrete and put a bolt in there.
So cool. Really, really neat idea. I love that. And then your air suspension, all of that is kind of on this little bracket that you made?
Yeah, we made that, just a nice little holder. And then, we did some, try to clean up some of this interior. And then we have the air tank in the back.
Yep. What a setup.
And so I like being able to see people's air tank setups, but I don't like having pictures of my car with the trunk open to show people,
Right.
So we thought, let's just put it in the back. There was a little center divider here. We got rid of that, made this, and put the air tank in there and made all the hard lines ourselves.
This is neat because this is still functional as a 4-passenger vehicle.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. My wife still sits in the back here when we're full of people going to car shows and stuff, and it's nice and comfortable.
This is just so neat. So you made this like shelf thing?
Yep, we made that. It's all made out of wood and some metal and stuff.
And then you bent all of this yourself too?
Yeah, we bent all that. Took a long time to figure it out.
So what do you guys actually do at the shop? What do you guys build?
Just our cars. Just, we're not really doing anything on anybody else's car. We've talked about just maybe doing like small things for people. I've been thinking about making more of these steering wheels, getting them chromed and see if people want them.
Yeah, it's just a custom, it's a hobby shop for you.
Yeah, yep. My dad just got this shop built, and so just at his house. So it's a nice place to keep our cars. It's a nice little hangout spot for us. Work on some cars, hang out.
I can't believe how good these seats are.
And they're super comfy too.
Condition for 1988?
Yep.
The interior is so nice. I mean, a lot of times, because they're cloth too, they just get worn down so bad. Huh. And then you did the door panels
You did
too?
the door panels, yep.
Is this just some material that you just
diamond
found?
Yep, material.
Does all of this stuff work still?
It does. The only thing that, it works, the radio works, but it doesn't really pick up any signals out here. But it is all the factory.
I love this. Look at this. Microprocessed automatic air conditioner. It's funny to me what they leave in English and what they
some things are in Japanese, some things are in English. It's weird.
Yeah, so like all this stuff is in Japanese. This is in English, this is in English, and all of this is in Japanese, which I think is hilarious. And this has actually like 80s style digital dash. Does that still work?
Some of it works.
Oh, you have an ETC card reader
Yeah,
too.
I do, yeah.
What is this?
Turbo timer. But yeah, it works pretty good. Sometimes it decides not to work. But the speed always works. The RPM gauge usually will kind of start going away. I think it's old bulbs and stuff. They start to die as I drive.
You know what's really funny to me is this is so low that the floor is like the same height as the ground. Like I just stepped in and it is just crazy how low it is. Where do you actually hold to shift? You grab it down there?
Yep.
Because this is just too much.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. But it looks cool. It gets everybody's like, whoa, what is that? So, you know, you can actually hear the car shaking on the ground.
So you just air up all the way?
Yep. This car is pretty heavy, so it doesn't like to air up super high, but.
Amazing. You must get some serious looks in this thing.
I do. We'll have people on the freeway waving at us and stuff, especially with me and my dad's car right next to each other on the freeway.
It's funny, you and your dad, your cars could not be any more different.
Yep.
But they both obviously have touches from your style.
Exactly. Yep. My very first car was a '85 Toyota Celica, the rear-wheel drive one, and it actually, when I built it in high school, it looked like pretty similar to my dad's style of car, like kind of rat roddy. And then I got this thing, and then that thing's just the Celica's just been sitting in our garage while I've been building this.
What do you think you're gonna build next?
I have a '64 Impala.
Oh, so you're actually gonna build an actual lowrider?
Yeah. It's literally just a rolling chassis. So I have the frame off. I'm about to get it like sandblasted and start doing like reinforcements and hydraulics and all that good stuff.
So would you go the opposite way, building a lowrider? Would you make it like more JDM? Make it right-hand drive and?
No, I want to do like a more like kind of like a old school like '70s style lowrider where they're still pretty crazy and all the crazy custom stuff that they do with like a chromed undercarriage and everything.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like a long-term build that's gonna take me for a couple years and stuff. And then I have a RX-7 FD that me and my wife got to, and I've had that forever and I'm trying to get rid of it now. I just got to get it running again.
It's cool. The gauges are just so 80. The 80s. They're very period correct.
Yes. Yeah. That's a pretty cool part of this whole car. Is
amazing. It sounds good too.
Yeah. The 1G's pretty good. It's a good sounding engine. It's basically straight pipe too, and it's not crazy loud.
Yeah. This is really cool too. The turbo that boost gauge still works.
Yep.
It's like this. That is so cool. Oh, you gotta be careful not to get hit in the face when somebody's riding with you because of how long that thing is. I almost feel like you couldn't put it any longer because you'll probably hit your rear view.
I saw a video of a guy in Japan. He had the same things a little taller, and he goes to shift in the third and just wrecks his mirror off. And Soarer.
No.
It's pretty funny.
Maybe you can tell me, why is the JDM scene so popular up here in Pacific Northwest?
I think we did have like a really big street racing scene for a long time. And I don't know. We have a lot of importers up here. We have a lot of military. I think we have a lot of military helps because we have a lot of military bases. So we get a lot of people that were maybe like stationed in Japan.
And of course, you could register this pretty easily too. And like the way this sits right now, it passes inspection, or is there even any kind of inspection?
There's no type of inspection out here.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the cops, every once in a while, you'll have a cop that's wants to do something, but not normally the cops. At least where we're at, they don't really care too much, as long as you're not driving like crazy or anything.
Well, thanks for showing me this build.
Of course.
It's very, very unique, and the style is just unlike anything I've seen.
I appreciate it.
It's cool because it's like a Japanese car built with Japanese flair, but built in the U.S.
Yep.
And it has like lowrider style. The Daytons, they're actually built in the U.S.
Yes, they are. California.
Yeah, that is so cool. I love that. I mean, because a lot of times now you can see American cars built in Japan with JDM style.
Yep.
So I think it's cool that you're building like a Japanese car with some US style.
Yeah, kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, looking at those cars, what kind of inspired me to do all this stuff too,
Yeah. Super cool. All right. Awesome. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to support us directly, go to larrychenprints.com. I print and sign every single one of these. This is the perfect gift, or it's the perfect piece of art for your wall.